Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, consider the following statements regarding the Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Act 2023. 1. It provides the digital records of all births and deaths in India through a portal. 2. It allows the central database to be used for the updation of the National Population Register and electoral rolls. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. According to a government notification, all reported births and deaths in the country will be digitally registered on the centre's portal from October 1st. The Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Act 2023 paves the way for digital birth certificates. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It allows the central database to be used for the updation of the National Population Register and electoral rolls. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It will be compulsory for states to register births and deaths on the centre's Civil Registration System portal and share data with the Registrar General of India. It will be a single document to be used for admission to educational institutions, application for driving licenses, government jobs, among others. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's session. First question is, consider the following statements with reference to the International Criminal Court. 1. It is a core United Nations organization. 2. It is governed by an international treaty called the Rome Statute. 3. India is not a member of the ICC. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Recently, the International Criminal Court was hit in a cyber attack amid Russia's war crimes probe. It is the only permanent international criminal tribunal and it is not a United Nations organization, yet the court has a cooperation agreement with the United Nations. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It investigates and, where warranted, tries individuals charged with the gravest crimes of concern to the international community: genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and crimes of aggression. It is governed by an international treaty called the Rome Statute. The ICC is the world's first permanent international criminal court. Hence, statement 2 is correct. India is not a member state of the ICC and has never signed its core treaty, the Rome Statute. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, Nuakhai Juhar festival was recently seen in the news. It is associated with which state? Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, or Odisha? The correct answer is option D, Odisha. Recently, the Prime Minister of India greeted the farmers on the occasion of Nuakhai Juhar. Nuakhai Juhar is an agricultural festival also called Nuakhai Parab or Nuakhai Bharatkosh. Nuakhai is a combination of two words that signify eating new rice, as Nua means new and Khai means eat. This is the festival of western Odisha, southern Chhattisgarh and adjoining areas of SIMBEX, Jharkhand. Nuakhai festival traces its origin to the Vedic period in Panch Yajna. One among them was Pralambana Yajna, which means the cutting of new crops and offering them to the mother goddess. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, exercise SIMBEX 23 is sometimes seen in the news. It is related to Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise, the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force Joint Exercise, India-Myanmar Air Exercise, or Quad Members Military Exercise. The correct answer is option A, Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise. Recently, Indian naval ships Ranvijay and Kavrati and submarine INS Sindhu-Kesari arrived in Singapore to participate in the 30th edition of the Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise. It is an annual bilateral naval exercise between the Indian Navy and the Republic of Singapore Navy. SIMBEX 2023 is being conducted in two phases, the harbour phase and the sea phase. It aims to enhance interoperability, improve mutual understanding and exchange best practices and procedures for multifaceted maritime operations. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to the Land Ports Authority of India. 1. It was constituted under the Land Port Authority Act 2010. 2. It works under the Ministry of Home Affairs. 3. It manages integrated check posts across the borders of India. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option C, all three. Recently, the Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation inaugurated the newly constructed residential premises built at Jogbani Integrated Check Post of Land Ports Authority of India in Araria, Bihar. It is an authority constituted under the Land Ports Authority Act 2010. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It was constituted for the development and management of facilities for cross-border movement of passengers and goods at designated points along the international borders of India. It works under the Ministry of Home Affairs, hence statement 2 is correct. It is responsible for creating, upgrading, maintaining and managing border infrastructure in India. It manages several integrated checkposts all across the borders of India. Hence statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Next question is, the Liptako-Gourma Charter recently seen in the news is related to a G20 initiative to manage cryptocurrency, a defense pact signed between African military leaders, an agreement proposed by UNEP to conserve olive ridley turtles, or a defense pact signed between African military leaders, or none of these. The correct answer is option B, a defense pact signed between African military leaders. Recently, the military leaders of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger signed a mutual defense pact, Liptako-Gourma Charter, in Mali's capital Bamako. The Liptako-Gourma Charter establishes the Alliance of Sahel states. Its aim is to establish an architecture of collective defense and mutual assistance for the benefit of the population. This alliance will be a combination of military and economic efforts between the three countries. The charter binds the signatories to assist one another militarily in the event of an attack on any one of them. It also binds the three countries to work to prevent or settle armed rebellions. Liptako-Gourma region is the region where the Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger borders meet. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to the Bagmati river. 1. It is a transboundary river between Bhutan and India. 2. It rises in the Shivpuri hills to the north of Kathmandu. 3. The Bagmati eventually make their way northward into the Mahanadi. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option A, only one. Recently, a boat carrying 32 school students capsized in the Bagmati river in Bihar's Muzaffarpur. It is a transboundary river between Nepal and India. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It rises in the Shivpuri hills to the north of Kathmandu and flows southward through the city. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It passes across the Kathmandu Valley, which is situated in Nepal. Major tributaries are Bishnumati, Hanumante, Dhobikhola and Tukucha. The merged waters of the Bagmati and Narayani eventually make their way southward and into the Ganges. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following oceans. 1. Pacific Ocean, 2. Atlantic Ocean, 3. Arctic Ocean. Which of the above given oceans has a border with Canada? 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 2 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Recently, India has urged its citizens traveling to or living in Canada to exercise utmost caution. Canada is bordered by Alaska, USA in the west and by 12 US states of the continental United States in the south. Canada stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the east to the Pacific Ocean in the west. To the north lies the Arctic Ocean. Greenland is to the northeast with a shared border on Hunts Island. Toronto is the capital of Ontario and Ottawa is the capital of Canada. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the yak, that is Poephagus grunniens. 1. It is found in all Himalayan states of India. 2. Its milk is enriched with a higher nutrient density and omega-3 fatty acids. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Recently, the Indian Council for Agricultural Research National Research Center on Yak has established a first-of-its-kind parlor for yak milk in Nuakhai village of Arunachal Pradesh. The yak is the lifeline of highland ethnic communities living in the Himalayan and Trans-Himalayan regions. It is found on the heights of Arunachal, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Yak milk is considered naturally concentrated milk enriched with a higher nutrient density and loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, amino acids and antioxidants. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The animal sustains the livelihood of the highlanders by yielding milk, meat, fiber, hide and dung apart from being used for transportation. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the Bharatkosh portal. 1. It is an initiative of the Controller General of Accounts under the Union Ministry of Finance. 2. It provides one-stop services to deposit any fees, fines, other money into the government account. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Recently, the Union Minister of Civil Aviation launched an e-wallet payment option on the Bharatkosh portal. It is the initiative of the Controller General of Accounts, Ministry of Finance and Government of India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It provides one-stop services to deposit any fees, fines, other money into the government account. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It converges all the civil ministries, departments of the Government of India. It aims to provide 24/7 year-round electronic services to deposit money into government accounts using internet-based payment technologies to the users at the doorstep through the web-based portal. It thus leverages the e-governance commitment of the government to provide e-efficient, e-effective, e-excellent government anywhere, anytime. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding Dhruvastra missile. 1. It is a helicopter-launched anti-tank guided missile system. 2. It has a maximum range of 500 kilometers. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, India's Defence Acquisition Council gave the green light to several capital acquisition proposals, including the indigenous Dhruvastra short-range air-to-surface missile. It is a helicopter-launched anti-tank guided missile system. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is a short-range air-to-surface missile and it was indigenously developed by the Defence Research and Development Organization. Dhruvastra is the Air Force version of Helena, that is helicopter-launched Nag missile ATGM. The fire and forget missile has a minimum range of 500 meters and a maximum range of 7 kilometers. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It is equipped with an imaging infrared seeker and operates in lock-on before launch mode. Therefore, option A is the correct answer. Now it's time for the practice question. With reference to vanadium, consider the following statements. 1. It is a silver-gray metallic element. 2. It exhibits good corrosion resistance against alkalis and acids. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.